My name is Wanda Rochelle, and I'm a licensed realtor and probate specialist here in Georgia. Today's video will give you some tips on how to sell your home. Maybe you're in the probate process and you are in the position where you have to sell your loved one's home. This video will be a great resource to you. I pray that you enjoy it. Please comment below if you have any questions and like the video.
Well, let's get started. So this is our first monthly seller seminar, and we're going to be talking about how to prepare your home for the market. So we're going to give you all our tips and tricks on how to make buyers thirsty to see more of your house. I'm Nia Jordan. I am a licensed realtor here in the Metro Atlanta area. I service all of Metro Atlanta as buyers and sellers. How about you, Wanda?
Hello, everyone. I'm Wanda Rochelle, also here in Georgia, and I service buyers, sellers, as well as investors. And we just want to say welcome to all of our live and replay viewers. Let's get started. So knowledge is power. What that means is we're here just to educate everyone on the process to purchase a home. And we wanted to emphasize that knowledge is power because a lot of times, I know Nia can attest to this, we find that our clients think that if they sold a home 3 or 4 years ago or even a year ago, that the process is the same. And it is definitely not the same because the market can change, it can shift at any moment. And so we just want to celebrate you for being here because that means you want to educate yourself. So kudos to you because knowledge is power.
All right, so let's get started. Let me know when you can see the next slide on your screen so I don't move too fast.
I can, yes.
All right, so the first thing we wanted to start with is the exterior. Outside of any online photos, this will be the first thing that a prospective buyer sees when they come to your home. So when you think of the exterior, I want you to think of the words curb appeal. And if you're not familiar with that, curb appeal means how attractive your home looks when it's viewed from the street. So this is super, super important because this will be a buyer's first impression of your home. So we need to make sure that the outside looks so good that they're thirsty to see the inside of the house. So that means that you need to cut your grass. You need to maintain the yard, plant flowers if you think it would help. Make sure there's no clutter in your yard. Pressure wash the driveway if need be, and even pressure wash your house if it's built in a material that can be pressure washed. Make sure you clean the gutters. We don't want to see leaves and things hanging out of the house. That can be kind of off-putting to buyers. Also, make sure you have the front door looking clean. We don't want it to be a lot of dust on it. We don't want it to be paint chipping. Make sure you also sweep off your porch, your driveway, any walkways. Just make sure that the house looks pristine from the outside.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. So let me ask you, you said you used the term thirsty. Is that a younger person term? You know,
Y'all know what thirsty means. Everybody knows what thirsty means. When you come to the house, how bad do you want to see more of it? If you pull up to a house and the grass is taller than you, more than likely you're going to keep driving by. So the idea is make the buyers want to see more.
I love it. I like when you said that about the grass taller than you, because I always tell my clients, make sure your grass is not as tall as a toddler. That's a sign that it needs to be cut. I do just want to add with this slide that I'm looking at this picture, and as realtors, when we pull up, like you said, that's the first impression. That is what our client is going to see as soon as they get out the car. So we don't see on this picture, we don't see any oil stains in the driveway. If I walk up to the door and I'm showing the client the house, we don't want to see cobwebs on the furniture that's on the porch. So you may want to just go ahead and take a cloth or some bleach or whatever and wipe it off. Also, we don't want to see any cobwebs on the front door. So yeah, those are things that you want to make sure you pay attention to.
All right. So let's move on to the inside of the house. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay, so when it comes to the inside, first thing you should do is clean your house. Then once you cleaned it, make sure you clean it again. And then once you think you're done cleaning, look around and clean something else. So the idea is we want it to be pristine inside of the home. You want it to smell good when you walk in. So make sure you got your bleach out, you got some pine sol, you got some smell good. Because again, when they first walk in, all your senses are trying to process this new place. So you want them to have a good experience from the time they step in there. Another thing to keep in mind of is, of course, a new buyer is going there because they potentially would be trying to envision themselves in the home. So as much as you love your home and you've made memories there, it's always best to put away personal photos and items just because it makes it easier for the buyer to imagine themselves there instead of you and your beautiful family. Make sure that you sell or donate any items that you no longer need, because the idea is we want to declutter your space. So if you notice you're taking things off of the dresser that you haven't used in a couple months, you might as well just put those away, because it'll make it easier again for a buyer to come in and imagine the home if it's in a clean slate. Another thing that goes hand in hand with that is your floors. Make sure if you have carpet that you're shampooing it, or altogether replace it. If you know you have pets and there's a stain in the corner of the room that you guys are just used to working around, buyers are going to look directly at that. So make sure that everything in the house is pristine. And I know how we all love our furry friends, but that can be off-putting to some buyers. So put away the cages, put away the pet supplies and toys, just put them in a closet while buyers will be in your home again, so that they can walk in the house and imagine whatever their dream is for their home. Okay.
Awesome. The only thing I'll add to that is just suggestions for selling and getting rid of those items. Of course, if you're going to donate items, you can utilize Goodwill, the Kidney Foundation. A lot of my clients utilize Facebook Marketplace to sell their items. And the only other thing that I would add is, even with the personal photos, a lot of times I see people, they want to be hesitant to remove the photos, but hey, you're moving anyway, so go ahead and remove those photos.
All right, next slide. Let me know when you can see it.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we've given you some tips and tricks on how to make your home picture ready and showing ready, we've included some photos on this slide, so you should have a keener eye on what's wrong with these pictures. So the first one, we're looking at the outside of the house, obviously, but there's something big that's in the way of our view of the house. The car. So whenever you're showing your house, buyers will be there. Move all of your extra cars out of the way. We want those to either be in the garage, but ideally just move them off the property altogether. And again, we want the house to be very neutral, decluttered, not a lot of personal items in there, so that a buyer can envision themselves in the home. The second one, now this is a very nice spacious closet, lots of shelving, and I love how the clothes are showing us how much we can store in there, but it's not very attractive for a photo. So if you do have to have some personal items still in there, make sure that they're organized. We see that the pet is in the picture. We want to remember those pets need to be put away whenever it's time for us to prep your home for the market. So just make sure if you do have to have clothes, make sure they're folded, kind of like the ones in the corner of the photo to the right, and not just hanging like the ones on the left. And then for the third photo, we're looking at the kitchen space, and the kitchen looks to be pretty clean, but we want to make sure that there's nothing on the counters. So I see that this person loves their spices, which is great. I know they're going to be a great cook, but we don't need to see that when we're buying the house. Okay.
Yes. And I just want to emphasize that these are pictures that were posted on Georgia MLS. And so even if you have a car and you can't put it in the driveway, you have to leave it. I'm sorry, you can't put it in the garage and you have to leave it in the driveway. At least remove the car for the picture that's going to go on the MLS service. Yes.
Yeah, because before a buyer even visits your home, more than likely the first thing they'll see are those photos. So again, this is all about making the best first impression. All right, so let's say you have your house ready for the market, but you realize that you need maybe some little repairs. You're ready to get that carpet clean that your realtor suggested, or anything of that nature, but you don't know how to locate great contractors. So the best way to do that would be either to reach out to your agent. We always have great referral partners that will be able to guide you through whatever services you need. What are some other ones, Wanda?
Thumbtack is one of the services that people use. Also, you mentioned something about Home Depot the other day when you and I were talking.
So Home Depot has this really great service where you can go onto their website and they'll connect you with licensed, insured, reputable contractors in your area. So definitely take advantage of that.
And I think the main thing with contractors is reviews, because even though I know, Nia, you and I, we maintain a list of contractors. If I have a client that moves in and they say, hey, Wanda, I want to add a fence to my home, and I send them a contractor, I'm gonna ask them, how did that person do? That way I'll know, how their service was, so I can decide whether or not I want to share them with someone else.
Exactly. So if you don't know where to turn, you can try those resources, but your real estate agent should always be a good resource to start. Okay. So what if money is an issue? You've met with your agent, they visited the house and gave you some suggestions on things you can do to make your home ready for the market. But let's be honest, everything is getting expensive. So you're strapped for cash. One thing I would recommend that you do is talk to your agent. Just be transparent about what your budget is, and they can give you some guidelines on, how to proceed. Because just because you think, oh, I should switch out my light fixtures so that, when buyers get here, they don't see the old light that I had when I first bought this house. Stuff like that doesn't necessarily add any value or any appeal to your home. So a real estate agent will help you be more strategic about what repairs you should prioritize and what things can really wait.
Yeah, I'll add to that any of the suggestions that we made, you would not do any of those until we come in and do a walkthrough to give you suggestions. Don't go ahead and do them and then speak to a realtor. That's important, because the market will also dictate whether or not you need to do those things, because we just left out of a market where, the house may have had 20 offers on one house. So, hey, you may not need to paint your front door, or, replace flooring, or even clean the carpet, because you had 20 offers and they don't care. They want the house with the dirty carpet because they're happy to, have their offer accepted. So with that said, always speak to the realtor first and let that realtor walk your home and then give you the suggestions.
All right. Tell them how to get the free PDF, Wanda.
Awesome. So we are coming to the close of this short presentation, and we have a free PDF for you that will give you guidance and instructions on how to get your home picture ready. And if you want that, you can just send a request to info@faithandrealestate.com. Again, that's info@faithandrealestate.com. It's a free PDF, and we will send that right out to you.
All right, it's gift card time.
Yay. So we had gift cards to give out to those that registered, but we had people register, but I don't even know if they're on here. Let's see. I don't think they are here. So in order to win the gift card, you had to register, and then we would have done a drawing to give those away. But I don't see any of those people here. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold those until the next time we meet, and we're here once a month. When is our next time, Nia?
Saturday, September 17th. So it'll always be the third Saturday of the month at 10 a.m.
Yes, awesome. And we are here on Facebook Live on this same page, as well as Zoom. The Zoom ID is, and I think that's on the next slide, is 228-154-7800. And so, yay, we did our teaching for you today. I hope all of you learned something.
Yes, and like we said, we'll be back on the third Saturday of every month. So we'll see you on September 17th.
Awesome. Have a great day, everyone. Share the video.